Hello, I am PandaPops and I like to bring you blockchain and crypto related content. That sounds like something you would enjoy, then don't forget to like and subscribe. For today's video, I am going to be diving into the world of the Sandbox and the Sandbox Catalyst. I'm going to talk about what the catalysts are within Sandbox, how they currently work, what are catalysts used for, how to buy catalysts, and in this video, I won't be covering how to mint your assets using those catalysts. Instead, you can check out the how to mint video up above. They'll be linked right now or down in the description because you should definitely watch this video first and then go watch that one. If you have already been involved in the sandbox, let me know down in the comments, what do you think about the catalyst system? And are there any changes or improvements that you would like to see? So firstly, what are catalysts? Catalysts are what Sandbox uses to mint your assets, as well as assign behaviors on equipment assets. The Sandbox have different tiers of catalysts, and each tier have a different amount of behavior points that you can assign to equipment-based assets. All other asset types in GameMaker can utilize the maximum amount of stats. The catalyst tiers are legendary, epic, rare, uncommon, and common. Commons have no attribute points, and these should be used more for your prop-based assets. Uncommons have 1, rares have 2, epics have 3, and legendaries have 4. You can choose between power, defense, and speed. When you mint your asset, it rolls a random number between a set amount based on how many behavior points you have set. You can set your behavior points in many different ways. If you are using a legendary, you can put 2 on power, 1 on defense, and 1 on speed if you like, or you can assign all 4 to power. The main use for Catalyst is to mint your assets to sell on the Sandbox marketplace. The other use of Catalyst are to assign attributes for your equipment. This way you can make a sword deal more damage by assigning it a higher tier catalyst and giving it those stats. Maybe you've created some amazing shoe-based assets that you would like to assign speed to, and you're looking to sell them to people that would like to be like the fastest at parkour experiences. As mentioned earlier, I do have another video that does go into the minting and selling process of these equipments, so do go check that out in the description below. So how can you gain catalysts? There are a few ways to gain catalysts. Firstly, Sandbox has listed a whole bunch up for sale on their website. So you go to the marketplace and you'll see at the top that there are these images of the catalysts. On them, you can see buy, click buy, and you'll be able to see you can purchase directly from Sandbox. Other users can sell their catalysts as well through the Sandbox marketplace. There are other ways that you can gain catalysts as well. The Sandbox hosts a variety of different events that do have catalysts as prizes. The main ones include game jams and Vox Edit contests. Now, these do require you to put in a little bit of effort. For a game jam, you do need to actually create a game based on a select theme, and you need to place within the top 10 to be eligible for those catalyst packs. For Vox Edit, it's very similar for those contests. You need to create an asset based on a select theme and place as well to be eligible for those catalyst rewards. All contests that contain catalyst will mention it with inside the contest article as well. So do make sure to read what those prizes are. There are some select events where if you are a landowner, catalysts have been given out. I did mention earlier that equipment-based assets are the ones that have the attributes assigned. As a pro tip from me, I do suggest that any assets that aren't equipment-based, you assign them common catalysts. Another thing that is mentioned in the how to mint video that I will mention here as well, you need to have a catalyst per copy that you wish to mint. So if you wish to mint and sell 10 or 20 assets of the same item, then make sure you have 20 copies of that. Keep in mind that the equipment assets are the ones that utilize the attributes, so they are the ones that you're probably going to want to use the rarer tier catalysts on, compared to the common catalysts that have no attribute points. So you will probably want to be using common catalyst to mint assets like your props or characters, or just basically any of your non-equipment based assets. But obviously it's completely up to you what tier catalyst you wish to use to mint your assets. But ideally, I would limit the higher tiered catalyst to equipment based assets, and then common catalysts are probably better suited for those non-equipment based assets. Do keep in mind, if you are a builder and you're creating experiences, you can use any asset within your workspace without needing to mint it. If you want to publish an experience, you can use any asset in your own workspace as many times as you like, in as many experiences as you would like. However, any actual NFTs, so these are minted assets, you will need 1 copy per experience you wish to have them in. Let's take this house I have here that I have minted. I have minted a select amount of copies, but I may want to use this in one of my own experiences. So I need to keep at least 1 copy for me to use in one of my experiences. If I wish to use it in 2 experiences, I need to keep at least 2 copies. Now that this asset is minted, even though I am the creator and minter of this asset, now that it is minted, I need to make sure that I have the amount of copies needed for the amount of experiences I wish to publish. So if you only have 1 copy of an asset, then you can only have it placed in 1 experience that you have published. If you wish to use it in a different experience, you will need to unpublish that first experience to place it in another one. With your NFTs, you can place them as many times as you like in that 1 experience. So I could place 100 houses down in an experience and only have 1 copy, but I cannot place any more houses in any other experience unless I have an additional copy for it to go in there. The best way I can think of explaining it is to imagine that when you are publishing an experience, it's as if all the NFTs that you own are kind of being wrapped with that piece of land and that experience that you have published. And then to gain access to use them again, you need to unpublish that, so basically unwrap it, or you need to have additional copies for those copies to be placed in. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please do ask. Let me know how you feel about the catalyst system. How do you feel about the pricing of these catalysts as well? I am really curious how you guys feel. For me, I feel like the pricing is fair. The only one I would potentially like to see cheaper is probably the common catalyst. I would like to see those being like absolutely everywhere. Loads of people have a ton of common catalysts, so we can really see that marketplace getting built out. If you do have any questions, please do ask. Don't forget to check out some of these other videos. If you haven't already, and I'm not sure why you haven't, don't forget to like. Click that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload brand new videos. Don't forget to subscribe. And wherever you are, have a good morning, afternoon, evening. I will see you in the metaverse. Goodbye.